uppercut, sonic boom. Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Welcome back to channel. I'm Bushka, and today I'm going to break down the changes to the M249 for you, why it sucks now, what they did, why they shouldn't have done it, and who I'd like to be doing it to. Right now, the devs, I don't know why you did this, devs. What were you thinking? This is the old M249. I'm going to show you some footage from the hour before the patch when I use the M249, and then I'm going to show you some footage from the hour after the patch when I use the M249. And you might spot a little bit of a difference, as in one is a gun that is ludicrously fun, does very, very well in the tight, and is wonderful in the bedroom department, goes off like a frog in a sock. The other one is a gun that is just absolutely poo tickets. I mean toilet paper by that. I don't know why I'm using that as a good adjective, but it's the one we're running with. The numbers, let's break down the numbers. The old M249, if you follow me at all, you know I have a spreadsheet. That's on the Discord server. There's Bushka spreadsheets. If you want to join the Discord server, click down below. It's free, costs you nothing, and there's only 10,500 people there at the moment. Let's look at the numbers as they used to be. The base chest damage was 43.9. The rate of fire at 60 frames per second was 0.081, so 0.081 seconds to fire one round. And at 90 frames per second, it went all the way to 0.076. Now that gave you these clutch numbers. A time to kill, which is the time it takes to clear a level 2 vest, at 60 frames per second of 0.243 of a second. At 90 frames per second, 0.228 of a second. Now that last one was incredibly important because the fastest time to kill in the game is 0.18 of a second in an auto setting. That's with the Mark 14. That was the closest any gun got to the Mark 14, was the M249 at 90 frames per second. Well, what have we got for them after this patch, buddy? Well, I'm glad you asked. The damage has been nerfed by a whopping 4 points, down 10%. The rate of fire has been nerfed by 18% at 60 frames per second, and at 90 frames per second it's been nerfed by 12%, which gives you the wonderful output. This just is cracking me up. The new time to kill, 0.38 at 60 frames per second and 0.34 at 90 frames per second. If those numbers look familiar, there's a reason for that. Those are the numbers of a 5.56 AR, you know, the kind of thing you find on the floor in the world. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a crate drop anymore. It doesn't feel like an airdrop anymore. It doesn't feel like it's worth, like if you had worries about the AUG being an airdrop weapon, you're really not going to be happy with this. The real issue here is that it gets no benefit, not any benefit at all from having 150 rounds. It used to have 100 rounds. Like, for God's sakes, no one, picked up an M249 and said, well, bugger me sideways. If only it had more rounds, then I'd use the gun. And have a look at the recoil on it. This is the first time I fired it. It's like, whoa, what is going on here? You're firing slower. You're firing a round that does less damage, and now it has more recoil. I have absolutely no effing idea how that balance came about. It goes less in every category, but for some reason that gives it more recoil. I give in. Ask me one on sport. I tested all this obviously on the range. I'll show you a quick little scrap. I'll slow it down so you can see what I do. I test the guns. I find the rate of fire. I then go into training rooms and I shoot people, and we add it all up and it gives us numbers, and then I tell you the numbers, and everyone goes home happy. Apart from me, because I don't like the numbers. There is some big issues here. One is you would run an M416 before you ran this. The M416 has way better recoil, a much faster reload, and you can very easily manage it. This is no good as a CQC weapon, because why would you run this as a CQC weapon when you could just run a DP28? That's right, a DP28 has better time to kill numbers than this gun, has better recoil than this gun, has pretty much better everything apart from shell velocity. But who cares when the recoil is so crap unless you're lying down prone that you won't be able to take advantage of that shell velocity. I'm baffled. I repeat, baffled. This is me not knowing the numbers, using the gun to push and going, well, I'm keep getting absolutely smashed. Yeah, it's a bad gun. Don't pick it up. Don't use it. Don't have anything to do with it. If it was a world drop, then you'd run it until you found something better. It's not as good as an M762 in terms of time to kill. It's not as good as an AKM in terms of time to kill. It's not as good as anything really in terms of time to kill. It does less damage now than a Scar-L. Think about that one. Let that one marinate, I suggest. 40.9 versus 39.9. Baffling. Absolutely beside myself with bafflement. I'm Bushka. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, join the Discord server, come along with the happy campers as we do good things to bad people out there on the Asia server. You never know, we might switch to the North American server next season so we can try and get a little bit of FPP action while I'm on my 9 to 5. Anyway, look after yourself, stay safe in the battlefield, and until next time, bye for now.